Hey, Raleigh Brown here, and I'm having a guitar sale. So I want to tell you a little bit about the nature of it. I have a lot of guitars, not too many, but let's just say I don't need all the guitars I have at this point in life. And I'm not in a position of desperation. I'm not selling them because I'm in dire straits and I hate to get rid of them. These are guitars I've had and loved for many years. The newest one is 9 years old, and the oldest is 16. And all three of these I've had since they were new. I commissioned them. They all three have sound ports, which are a little hole on the upper bout so you can hear the guitar better. Um, and they're all three, each of them at one time or another has been my number one guitar that I played, that I gigged with and used for everything. So, one thing you should know about these guitars going in is that they're not pristine. They're well cared for, they're all in perfect playing order as far as I can tell, and don't need any work. They have pretty low action, and but they've been workman's tools, and they've got a little ding here and there, no big deals. So if you're looking for a perfect guitar, you can stop right now and go watch somebody else's videos because you're not going to get that here. But you'll get a guitar that's been well cared for and humidified and generally in really good shape. So, what I'm going to do is go through each of these guitars and tell you a little bit about them, and then I'm going to demonstrate them, and I'm going to weave the demonstrations together so you can hear them ABC pretty quickly. A little bit of flat picking, a little bit of finger picking, maybe a strum or two, and I'll put that together in a way that you can hear it. I'm also going to include my old Gibson LOO, which I'm keeping, because so many times when I do concerts online, my listeners say, "Oh God, that guitar sounds so great! If you ever sell that guitar, blah blah blah," and so I want you to, if you're one of those people who's heard my Gibson, I want you to have it as a reference, a kind of a reference to compare these guitars which I'm selling to. Okay, these three guitars in this video, I think of them as all being of equal value, and so they're each for sale for $4,000, which is what I consider to be a very fair price if you look online and see what people sell guitars for these days. Okay, so on we go. A couple more details which I forgot to include in the first little intro. I'm recording all of these guitars just using a Samson Meteor mic, which all of my stream fans seem to think sounds great. I'm about actually 2 feet from the guitar, so it's a little bit distant. Um, I should mention that the Pru guitars both come with a tweed TKL case, pretty good quality case. The Ken Miller guitar has a, what's it called, Cedar Creek case, which is another really good quality hard shell case. Um, and then if you have further questions about them, you can always email me at raleigh@raleigh.brown.com, and Raleigh is spelled with a Y, Rollly. Okay, here we go. So our first guitar today is an OMD built by Mario Pru, and the OMD, Mario has built three guitars for me, um, uh, and I've played a lot of other ones. And the OMD was a compromise between an OM orchestra model size guitar, which is a little smaller, and the Dreadnought, which is the kind of big guitar. So it's kind of like it's an OM size, but with a less narrow waist, and it's about OM depth. This guitar has an Adirondack spruce top. I'll see if I can hold it up there for you. It's a beautiful piece of wood. And then the sides and back are Cocobolo, which is a true Brazilian rosewood, but is not Brazilian rosewood. okay? So you can see that. It's got, I forget what, Spanish cedar neck, I think, or something like that. The tuners are Waverleys, which are considered the cream of the crop of great tuners. This guitar had its neck replaced a few years ago, not because there was any problem with the neck. It's just that I needed a wider neck. When I'd commissioned the guitar, I'd had a hand injury, or actually a biceps injury, and I needed to have a wider neck. So Mario was kind enough to let me pay him to put a new neck on it. Okay, so I'm going to play a couple different things for you, and those will go into the weaving later on. So this guitar is a small jumbo J185 size guitar built by Ken and Virginia Miller. Ken Miller built the guitar. Virginia designed and did the inlays. Actually, I had a little input on the inlays. And this guitar is beautifully figured koa wood. This is an amazing piece of wood that they chose for the back and sides for me. Very highly figured. I think you can see the curl in that. And again, an Adirondack spruce top. And this is a little bit wider grain than the Pru, but still a beautiful piece of wood. If you like the looks of it, the thickness of the grain doesn't really matter much if it doesn't sound good. So these guys all get the best quality Adirondack spruce. Again, you have Waverly tuners, the best tuners you can get pretty much. And I think this is a mahogany neck as far as I know. This guitar was built in 2007, which means I've had it for 14 years. The inlays were designed, the inlays in Chinese here say Taiji Chuan, which is the martial art that I teach. And the beautiful calligraphy was actually stolen off of some calligraphy that one of my teachers, Tai Chi master Ben Lo, did. And then Virginia designed this beautiful bamboo on the headstock. So koa wood, Adirondack spruce. It's got a built-in softened armrest, beveled armrest. Again, it has a sound port on the upper bout. I didn't show you that on the Pru, but it's there. And just a beautiful instrument, which I love dearly, but it's just sitting in a case these days. So, and you can't see it, but there is a pick guard on here. It's a clear plastic pick guard. So it's never been damaged or anything. Okay. So last but not least, we have the first prototype of the Pru Raleigh Brown LOO model. It's the RBLO. And this guitar was built in 2012. It was a great guitar, but there were some things we wanted to tweak on it. So hence, I ended up with a second prototype. But rather than trading this back in, I wanted to keep it. So now it's time for it to move on to a better home. And some things about this guitar, all the inlays on this guitar are maple, so that if there's difficulty traveling internationally with Proulx, you could still travel. That's a maple inlay on the headstock there, which is also true of the other Pru, I should mention. This guitar is light as a feather. The back and sides are Macquarie, which is an African wood that is similar to mahogany. I think it's a mahogany or Spanish cedar neck, one or the other. Has a bound fingerboard with tortoise shell. I don't know if you can see that there. The tuners are Goto stealth tuners. They're very small. You can see that there. And they've worked great. I've had them on this guitar for, as I said, for 9 years. And never had any problem with them, and they're still totally functional. The face of this guitar is, I think, Lutz spruce, which is a kind of hybrid of Sitka and Engelmann, which comes from the Pacific Northwest. The fingerboard is ebony. It's got a 0 fret. Don't know what else to tell you about it. Just a lovely guitar. It's much bigger sounding than it looks. Like it's the size of a Gibson LOO, but it has a really big voice, and that's been that way from day one. So there you have it, the Pru RBLO. So in the demonstrations which follow, the guitars will always be in this order. The Pru OMD, which is the large Pru, the Ken Miller guitar, which does not appear to have a pickguard, although it actually does for identification purposes, and the small Pru, followed by the old beat-up Gibson, which you can't mistake for anything else. Okay, here you go. Enjoy. So there you have it. The Pru OMD, the larger bodied Pru, the Ken Miller Small Jumbo, and the Pru RBLO version 1, smaller bodied. And those guitars are for sale for $4,000 each with hardshell case, plus shipping. And if you need to contact me, Raleigh@RaleighBrown.com. Serious inquiries only, please. And I will see you all down the road.